That's that when the time change and you don't expect it energy, you just get upset. All right, so boom, the podcast episode number 63. Am I right? 63. Jay Yannick is back in the building. The man to the left of me and this guy's got no varsity.
Well, it's cold, man. I forgot to pay my heat bill. I had to look fly for the pod. My fault. White men in the building, you bastards.
Oh man, varsity in the crib is crazy. The man in the box, Bogan.
Vogue. Hey.
Do it. Do it.
Try to be nerds.
And Sneak is not here.
Yes, he's not.
Again.
We're taking resumes.
Yeah, we're taking resumes because this is crazy. This is crazy. But listen, last time we did this, Sneak was not here. It was just us three. This time, we've got a special guest. All the way from Brooklyn, New York, Canarsie to be exact. The clubhouse champion? Is that a title we're gonna give him?
I think we should.
Jay from Brooklyn, come on in, sir. Welcome.
Appreciate it. I'll take that.
The clubhouse champion, the king, has arrived. Oh man! Real quick, if you haven't been following the podcast, I had the pleasure of being a judge on Clubhouse. Shout out to Remo, Walk Like Us, Shar, the whole Walk Like Us movement. And I met Jay through Clubhouse when he was a battler, a contestant. And I remember the first time he came up.
Wait. Was he the guy that went against Brian?
No. But I remember the first time he came up, he showed two things. I'll never forget. He showed a shoe, an Air Force One that was like a Brooklyn Air Force One that he got from the Junction. And when he said,
I remember that.
See, I've been around.
Love it. Okay.
Yeah. So when he said the Junction, my antennas went up. I said, "Oh nah, he too close to the crib. He too close to the crib. Who is this? So that's when my antenna went up. And the second time in the first round, he threw up an Iverson. And I remember the picture. The shoe was sitting on top of a car, and I was like, "I know that block. I know that block. I gotta meet this guy. And then I hit up my man Noel. He's like, yeah, that's my man. Like, you don't know him? How you don't know him? So that's my fault. And I'd like to say, welcome to Ight, So Boom, the podcast. Finally, great to meet you. And it's a pleasure for you having you on this podcast.
I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. I really appreciate Sonny, even though my man is hopefully we can get to some stories. I got some stories for your man.
Oh yeah,
that's an interesting man. If you be around him long enough, you gonna see something weird happen.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, bro.
But I definitely appreciate it, man. I definitely enjoy be able to talk about it. It's funny how with the sneakers and I've always been a low key person, so it's like don't feel the way that nobody knows. My persona is Mr. Nobody. Like, I like to be the guy that nobody knows. Because I'll be feeling like, especially now in the game, it comes with so much. And now that the world is closed, I've been watching stories and people following people to see where they be at because they might have a certain shoe or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, man, I just like to play. I was like, I didn't even want to join, to tell you the God honest truth. It's my son Robbie Digital that was like, yo, you gotta join. I said, you know what? I'll do it. I'll have fun with it. But then my competitive spirits started working. I'm like, I'm here. Let's do it.
I might as well go wild, right?
Yeah. So
how much sneakers do you have in your collection? You would say right now?
My house
altogether.
Tell you the God honest truth, I probably got like 500.
Oh shit. And that's all heat too, just like old stuff, new stuff. Yeah. Okay, so let's take it back. Let's start then. Let's take it back since 500. That's stemming from probably childhoods too. Like you still have.
Yeah. Definitely early high school, all the way up to now.
Okay, so first question I want to ask: what got you into sneakers? What got you into collecting, and what got you into this culture?
All right. A little kid, right? Like, growing up as a West Indian kid, both parents making.
Bop.
You can't really express yourself as in verbal communication. You as a kid that grew up from West Indian parents, you really got to play the back, right? Like you must be seen and not heard.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
You know what I mean? Like so you can't really, not saying you can't be you, but you got to monitor how you do. I feel like sneakers was able to be the expression without talking.
Gotcha.
So that's where you'll see somebody wear some colorful, or you see somebody wear the A-Life tennis ball. You're like, damn. So I'm just like, but you know what I mean? You're not even speaking to the person, but it's like a language going on.
Yeah.
So from a young kid, man, I always wanted, going to school and I'm seeing kids, wearing Jordans. I didn't really get Jordans like that. In my, I want to say junior high years. I just really started getting it when I went to high school. I basically made a pact with my mother because she was, I don't know, I guess she needed to give me some type of motivation. I'm like, she's like, if you do good and you give me good grades, I'll start getting you Jordans. And at that time, I think Jordans was still kicking in like every 2 weeks. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, hold on. All I gotta do is just bring them some good grades and some Jordans. And at that time, I was rocking a 6.5, 7. Cool, let's do it. I'm like, cause I guess she was trying to my pops. They looking because my pops was gonna pay that bread. My pops was like, nah, man, I ain't paying that. And my mother probably looking at this is probably a way of how I can keep him close to home because kids stray away and do other things. Some kids don't even finish high school. She's like, good grades, Joe. She knew I wasn't trying to do nothing crazy. I just still like playing ball, and she seen that I liked shoes, so she like, yo, you wearing a little kid size anyway. I could shut out this little bread. I get to keep you closer to me, and I get good grades out of it. So I was like, all right, this works. Let's do it.
Okay, so she kept her promise and she got them back to back like that.
Yeah, but she didn't realize. She didn't like
how often they came.
Yeah,
I'm like, yo, these shits pop out every 2 weeks. Yeah, no problem. I'm like, I bet. Let's go. Every 2, Mom, new Jordan came out. She like, I'm like, yo, you told me I'm good, right?
He got him down the block. He waiting for us right now.
And I ain't have to go to the city. I could go to Fulton. At that time, I was going to Fulton. I was going it's just a little bus trip. She was like, damn. You could see my mom was like, I didn't know what the hell I signed up for. I'm like, on you, man. You know that I need them sneakers for school, man.
So that was your favorite model at the time? Was Jordan?
Yeah. At that time, my favorite model was Jordan. I didn't really embark on Nikes like that in my junior high years until I got more into high school, where it was like I got into more silhouettes. As in the battle, I expressed my favorite silhouette was the Jordan 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody, 11.
Mm-hmm.
People ain't respect ones yet. It was 11.
No.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, cool, 11s, and then you see kids got to go through the hasslement of having on a pair of 11s, or if you got a pair of 11s on, make sure when you get to school, you got 3 friends that's bring you to school, and then they waiting outside for you to come out. I'm like, look.
Yeah.
And then I just heard the backstory about the 2s, and I was like, oh, this is dope, right? But I didn't know that I was going to end up really loving production and the back history of the shoes. It was just, all right, this shoe is cool because I just like different.
Mm-hmm.
And at that time as kids, I felt like I was at the end of the chain of production, which is the consumer. You know, what I mean, you always start with the conception and then you end with the consumer. Well, you actually start with the customer from a sense of insight, but I don't think Nike was really doing insights at that time.
Mhm.
Like really walking the pavement, they barely do that shit now. But that's a whole nother story. Just being a customer. As I got older, I really started to really enjoy more of the actual production side, and I wasn't even in a big Air Force kid. Like I'm gonna tell you the God truth. I never had a pair of white on whites
In life?
in life.
Wow.
Till this day.
To this day. Reason why, unless if you want to say it. So
Not even Rockefellers?
I just got those, but it's like, do you call those
Okay.
regular?
Yeah, okay.
So the pair that I had in high school, because I wanted to be so different, I had the girls' white on whites, which was the patent leather white check with the translucent clear bottom.
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
Legitimate pair of white on whites. I just wanted
Yeah.
to be different so bad because I was like, yo, I'm going to look like all of these kids in school. My mother's like, you get a pair of boots, you get one pair of fancy shoes, and then you get one pair of regular. I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know why they always wanted you to have the fancy shoe.
I know,
where
right?
Are we going?
I'm like, all right, cool, let me get the girl white on white. And then they was like, really? I'm like, yeah, I know my girl size. I know the girl size. So, so that's the one I had. But I could tell you the God, I've never had a pair of gray box $90 white on whites.
That's crazy.
So you started men buying women's shoes. That's why women can't get no shoes anymore.
I don't even think the girls were buying them.
Nah, it wasn't.
Yeah, like I think they were like, nah, like I see everybody in just a regular pair, and I was like, nah, that ain't it for me, man. Like I want to try something new.
I did the same thing with the silver bullets. You remember when the silver bullets came out, the red ones?
Yeah,
right. And maybe they sold out in my size, but then they had the blue, which was the girl.
Oh yeah.
So I bought the blue version. When I came to school, everybody was like, I didn't see those. Like yo, chill.
I'm gonna tell you a story on the Air Max 97s. So you know everybody, you know Nike pumped it up. That's how I be like, yo, Nike be capping, but nobody be knowing. So I went to Portland. I want to say 2 years ago, and we went to DNA. So you know we looking at the soul bullets, and we like, oh yeah, it's cool how they made it after the London train. That shit is capped. They made it because they were in a bar. They was drunk as hell, and they said, "Yo, let's make a shoe after a silver bear can." They were drinking beer.
No,
That's the real story of the night.
Wow, you just blew my mind just now. Wow.
What? Who came up with the idea of making it all 3M?
Oh, damn, I forgot the guy's name.
But he was in that bar too?
Yeah, they were all there. Like, you know, Nike, they work as teams. So it was like a single person. So they was like, all right, let's make it after the bear can. And then, you know, but they can't promote that.
Yeah, you can't promote that.
Train in London, silver. I'm like, all right, cool. Like the up-tempo was made to. The up-tempo started as to piss off his boss. So they kept on asking for more air. He's like, yo, put more air.
Oh, I remember that story. I heard about that.
They're going to put air mad big. I just fucking liked it. They ain't rocking this shoe. And it's like, yo, bro, do you really know how that shoe came about?
Wow, that's crazy.
More air. And then that became like a campaign too. The More Air campaign, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
Sorry to go. It's just like, as we talking, it's like, oh yeah, cool little story. Let me tell you about it.
Damn. They probably have a bunch of that shit on campus. Like cool little stories.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, like we did shrooms, and then we was like,
yeah, that's the one where the Nike people gonna walk through my door and be like, yo, don't speak about that.
So, before we get to the more Nike, because I know everybody's listening, they're like, oh, how does he know so much? Then, how does he know so much? Let's talk about. Oh, real quick, I want to know, what was your favorite tube back then? The colorway.
I mean, at that time, we only had the white, the one that we were perceived as the only. at the time it was the white, standard white, red with the black. That
Okay.
was like the shoe for me because it was like learning that was the first time they took a sneaker shoe and really went to the luxury route
Yeah.
of it being, I mean, Italy's premium leathers. And even understanding that at that time Michael Jordan was going through an injury, so they was never able to make it a weight color. That was interesting to me. Like,
Oh shit.
they had the white and red, the black and red. That was the one shoe. It was just like white and red. All right, we're gonna have to make that alternate colors too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And then fast forward. So now you're in high school.
yeah, I'm in high school now.
Okay, you're in high school now. And so, are you like? I wouldn't say every other Brooklyn kid, but the special few of Brooklyn kids that got on the let's say the B or the Q train and went to Soho?
Nah,
No? Okay.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even there yet. Like,
Okay.
beginning of high school, I didn't go to the city. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was a Fulton kid.
Oh, okay.
I ain't
Got you.
because it was like we had everything here, and you could get it there early.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Or I didn't even have to go that far. I might have went to Ragamuffin or Get Set.
Yeah.
Oh,
Both sides.
yeah.
You're like, so I didn't have to go. Like, my world for me stayed in my borough.
Did you ever hop on the SB wave?
Late. So I had my boy. He used to live on my block. His name was Xavier. He was on SB's OD, and I was like, yo, those are so different. But at that time, I was still tied up. I was I played on the basketball team. It was all about basketball for me. So I was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. But ain't fucking with these Jordans.
Yeah.
That's the type of time 95. So I was like, yo, it's funny. I got on it. I'm not gonna lie. I got onto it very late in my life. I didn't get to really appreciate Air Forces, SBs until late, like my first year working at Mercer.
Okay.
So it was like, that's when I really got, like, I had Air Forces, but I didn't appreciate it the way how I appreciate Air Forces now. Like, so yeah, I got onto that SB wave late.
And so you say you played basketball. Do you have a favorite basketball silhouette that you play in?
I only play in Jordans.
Really?
For some reason, Nikes bother my feet. I guess the toe box is just too narrow for me. And I'm never able to really find the perfect Nike basketball shoe for me. So I always played in Jordans. And out of the Jordans, favorite shoe to ball in was Melos.
Really?
Oh,
Okay. Yeah.
I was waiting for him to say Kyrie's.
Nah, man, Kyrie's too goddamn narrow. You start going down.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, keep these shits, man. They look good, but nah, man, keep that.
Damn, I'm drawing a blank. What was the name? What the name of the Mellow that came out with the? It came with the little silver hang tag, and then had the little cards you pull out on the side.
I think it was 1.5.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, because in high school I had 1.5.
They were white and gray, right?
Well, the ones I had was white and blue. That was the original color they dropped it in.
Okay.
And I had the little hang tag.
Yeah. Because I remember a lot of people were playing in those. Back then. Yeah, they were comfortable. Okay. Yeah.
I feel like because it was a black man, they had to make it like a big man. They had to make it a little whiter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I was short. I'm short, but for some reason it was very, very. I was able to put them on and be very comfortable in them. So I was like, that's what I stood with. I was like, I tried to do a hyper dunk. Tried to do what was it? At that time, it was like they were working on like new flower technologies, and it was just too constricting for the foot. And I was like, nah, I'm just gonna stay off that Jordan brand.
Got it. So yeah, now we can let the cat out the bag for everybody listening. You work for a brand called what?
Yeah, I work for Nike.
Okay.
I work for them.
Okay.
They about to knock on the door.
Wait. I work for Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil. Okay. So how long have you been there now? Like when did you start there? And was it out of high school, out of college? What?
Nah. So, all right. Finished high school. I was working for the aquarium, and then still loving shoes. cram job was done. I needed a regular job. I was just on my way of finishing college. I had got a job at Foot Locker, 34th Street. That's
Okay.
actually where I met Noel and Tips. Working there for a while. Noel left. Tips got fired. Then my boy came in the store one day. We was cleaning up, and he was like, "Do you want the chance to work at Mercer?" Now I know about Mercer. I've been to Soho times. I was like, "Man, hell yeah, I would love to work for Mercer." And he was like, "All right, cool. Come meet my boss on Friday at 2 p.m." I'm like, "I bet."
Damn, just like that.
But I didn't even know what was going. Like in my head, I didn't even know because I meet up with him. We outside chilling. Like we not even like I'm over here like on some like, yo, how you doing? So he's like, yo, I'm like, what up, dude? I'm like, all right, we talking. He over here smoking a cigarette. I'm like, all right, so we talking, we chopping up. He's like, yo, what's going on? Who's you? So now I'm letting him know who I am. Basically told him, I'm thinking I'm supposed to talk some Nike shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a shit about none of that. He told me that later on. He was like, yo, bro, I didn't care about none of your knowledge for Nike. He said, he said, I wear Wallabies outside of work. He said, I don't wear all this Nike shit. This shit hurt my feet. What got me? He said, what? Basically, something you said that basically like, yeah, I got to hire this kid is the fact that you said at that time I was helping my mother pay bills. And he was like, you got some type of work ethic. You got some type of discipline for the fact that you're helping your mom pay bills. That's what actually got me into Mercer.
Okay.
Yo, that's a beautiful story right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said, you know how many kids come by and want to tell me, yo, this. He's like, yeah, all right, bro, they shoes. Like, you know, put that out there. He's like, let me know about you.
Yeah.
I mean,
what year was this?
I've been working for Mercer for 7 years now. So, damn, what year was that?
2014.
Yeah, 2000. Because I was there 6 months before we did the renovation. No, about 6 to a year before we did the renovation and turned into lab. So I was there at the ending part of what Mercer and what lab became.
Is that manager still there?
No, that manager now he still works for Nike. But now he's global. He's in Portland now. I think. So he wasn't the head, but he was one of the managers. The head one his name was Dave Verica. I don't know if I know him. He had white. He was curly hair. You seen him as is that he was never really around like that because he was always flying back and forth to Portland.
Oh,
okay.
And the person I'm talking about, his name is Sean. He was mad short and he had dreads. He used to be in the scene of this biking. Like, that was his whole thing. But mad cool. Like you could see that this was the store that they allowed you to be you. And if you didn't be you, then you didn't fit the store.
Right.
Got you. And so, how quick did you quit Foot Locker?
Oh,
The next day?
Yeah, I went to work. I got the job. They were like, yo, I'll just start working at Mercer. Like, you putting in your 2 weeks? I said, nah, I'm putting them today. Like
2 hours. 2 hours.
I'm like, I don't know what y'all want me to do for this little 4-hour bullshit shift. I do it, but there's no once I leave the door, I'm not coming back.
It's over.
Yeah, I was gone.
Oh my god.
I looked at me like, I'm like, yo, bro, nah, I like trust me, man. Just let me go in peace before I start telling you how I really feel about all of y'all. I'm good. So but the guy was cool. The guy was like, he just like, yo, write a letter, say something with your family, so that we can put you back in the system as we can hire you back. And I was like,
oh, that's cool.
I'm gonna come back. But I got you.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And you started at Mercer right away. Like, what was the feeling like of, just getting in there for the first time? And did you like it right away? Because, it's kind of scary switching up positions and jumping into new atmospheres and like, okay, this is what I'm doing now. And Foot Locker is way different from a 21 Mercer.
For sure. Isn't Foot Locker more like number driven?
Yeah.
Whereas Mercer's a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how's that about? How's that?
My first, I I was nervous just from the standpoint of I'm around all these people with all these personalities. For the most part, most of these people are known in Nike and outside of Nike. Like a lot of people made names for themselves. Like there's a one kid named Roscoe. Like he was the 1-0 dude. Like he was always partying. And then like he would come to work drunk. Like that's how crazy it would be. But everybody knew him and he was well respected. Then you had people in Bespoke where it was like my man Izzy Mateo, where he worked on the Union 4s that just came out. Like, oh, dude. Then you got a dude named Mal. He works at SB. He's the one that's bringing back all of the SBs that we seeing now.
Okay.
All of these people were under one roof. So these powerhouses. And then there's like understanding where like, I don't want to come in and fuck shit up. I just want to let me find some. If it's fucking wiping the walls, all right, that's my niche. So no, I'll figure it out. And so it was a little nervous at first. I was definitely nervous, but what was cool is my man that I grew up with, the one that gave me the opportunity, he worked in the building as well. And now he works over at OVO. He's a PLM. He's the one that basically watches and all the product that's coming in, and if anything's got to be changed, it usually goes through him. So
got it.
So it was dope. It was just dope to see all these people, and I'm like watching, because you go to a Nike Town, it's so structured. It's it's like Mercer played between the gray lines of things. Like, yo, man, brand got their installs, and we doing cool shit. We doing like the beginning of Mercer was a stickball contest, and they shut down the block. And
I remember that.
Yeah, I was there. I remember that. I was there.
Like stuff like that, and I'm like. I wasn't working there, but I'm like understanding like, oh, this store was really for the community. Like, yo, come in and enjoy yourself. And everybody, even if you wasn't buying a shoe, it was the spot to be to just find out what's going on for the day. What's going on? So
do you remember the first, I guess, shift you were working and then you saw the zoo outside of people? Maybe like they got information, something restocked and it was like out there heavy. Like, do you remember one of those first times?
Yeah. So came in had a midday shift. I came in. At that time, my other boss, I don't know if his name is Giuseppe. Maybe I might have known him. At that time, he used to wear hats and glasses. He comes to me. He goes, yo, stand by the door.
Like, that's a setup.
All right. He was like, don't take your phone out your pocket. So I'm like, I don't even got my phone. Because at that time, I was so trained. You work before, like, you're not supposed to have your phone on. Like, I don't got my phone on me. And that was another culture shock for me when it comes to retail. It's like, yo, Mercer, man, got their phone on them? I was like, coming from Foot Locker, man, this shit, I'm coming from jail. It's like, I just got... I don't know this shit. Like,
wearing the striper is like
it be 93 degrees outside and they still want you to wear this stupid ref uniform. I'm like an idiot. I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, yo, keep your phone in your pocket. Don't take it out. I'm like, yo, my phone's in my locker, bro. All right, cool. He telling everybody. I'm saying, but I seen everybody now moving militant. I'm like, nobody relax no more. What the fuck just happened? They take the clock. Take the clock Air Max 1 and put it on the fucking shelf.
Oh
So
shit!
I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm like, you see, man, kids popping out, dark. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? He's like,
the ones that were already inside.
So they had launched it already, but they had leftovers. I got hired. I didn't know there was leftovers.
Oh, okay.
So now you just see one kid come in. Yeah, I got this. And he leaves. Dark. Man, the kid's running down the block. I'm like, oh shit. And we didn't have security at that time.
I was just about to ask, was this pre-security?
Yeah, we didn't even have security at the time. He was like, yo, just stand at the door and you let 10 people in at a time. I'm like, yo, bro, I just got here. What? Like, out of all the people, you put me at the door, the newest person? But I guess that was a test. It worked. It was cool. It was actually exciting as shit to see, like, yo, kids just jumping out of nowhere. Like, that one kid came outside and just like yelled it or something. I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. And I was like, yo, yeah. They was like, yeah, this is regular. Don't worry about it. This is what we do with our leftovers. I was like, he was like, don't worry. And then I think that was like the first time like somebody like really, really spoke to me. They was like, you'll be all right, man. Like, I was like, all right, cool. And yo, that shit was funny as hell. I didn't get one. They asked me, and I was like, nah. I said, I felt like, yeah, like I said, coming from jail, you feel like, yo, they want to see if you a hype beast or not. So they was like, you want? Nah, I'm good.
Oh yeah, man. I'm good. Yeah. Play it cool.
And then it's funny because the boss was like, good answer. And then everybody was getting their shit. I was like, all right.
That's funny.
He's like, God damn it. I mean, I think I like him. I like him now.
I was like, yeah, right. I was like, you know, we'll make up for that.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you made up down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Plethora. Plethora.
You guys have definitely blessed me, man, throughout the years of working. Well, my blessings really started coming once I started working for Mercer and started having connections and people in Portland. That's when my blessings started coming.
Yeah. Oh, one blessing. I don't know if I can speak about it. Can you tell these fellas about the Cause 4s?
Oh, Cause 4s.
The
ones that everybody was like, you got a discount for that? I'm like,
he got a discount on Cause 4s. Yes. That story blew my mind away.
How?
All right. So, well, let me not say 5% of inventory. That's why I laugh when kids go, but I see you with a pair. I'm like, yo, bro, you know that the staff members are going to get taken care of, right? Like, it has nothing to do with the inventory that's supposed to go out to the public. Mm-hmm. In Nike books, that 5% of the inventory can be raffled off to the employees. But what was dope about Mercer is you only got like 15. You ain't got to worry about 300 of them. So everybody fits the criteria. So yeah, we getting shoes and you get it at a discounted rate. So I didn't pay it was like 300.
Yeah, it was, right? 250 or something?
To say it, I ain't pay that. I paid like one and some change for it. Wow. It was like, because I think one of the thing was show your best discounted shoe. Somebody, son, I pulled out a call. They was like, nah, you got to give me that. I'm like, the only reason was refraining me from showing you this goddamn receipt is my numbers is on it. I got that shit for the low, bro. And they was like, God damn.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was mind blowing. I didn't even know that was possible for a discount on Cause 4. I thought it would be like on some Foot Locker shit. Like,
didn't you pick up your Cause from Mercer too?
Huh? No.
You don't want to tell that story?
Nah, I feel like you could tell the story.
I think, it's past the statute of limitation.
They can't arrest you no more.
I know, right?
All right, tell the story.
So,
I'll be right back. Tell that story. Go ahead.
Okay, so they did the how they did it back. How they was doing it back in the day. You had to put in
a raffle. I think they call you.
No,
it was
a sneakers pass. No,
was it?
It was sneaker pass proposal.
Yeah,
it was sneaker pass. It was sneaker pass. But at that time, you could enter in multiple accounts, right?
Yes,
so I entered into like 3 or 4 accounts, and then I hit on one account, but I forgot to change the name on the account, so it read some random name.
Oh yeah, we gave people a hard time for that.
So I'm like, oh nah, I need these sneakers. And I was seeing what I really like the sneakers. I still got them in my closet. But I seen what the resale was doing. I was like, so I call my peoples. I'm like, yo, listen, I need to pick up these sneakers, and they're gonna ask for ID. Can anyone help? And someone helped, and I was able to get the ID with that name on it. Like probably the night before. So now I go there. I go to the store, and it was some short white guy with gray hair.
Short white guy, gray hair.
Yeah.
Shit.
I don't know his name, but he's the one that was checking the IDs.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I gave him my ID, and I tried to dirty up the ID or whatever, and then he looked at the ID. He's like, yeah, he said, can you do me a favor, open up your sneakers app? I'm like, oh shit. So now when I did it, I was logged on my regular one. So I had to log out and log in. He's like, no, you was just logged in another one. What was the other one? I'm like, oh no, I have multiple accounts. He said, "Oh, that's all I needed to know." And goes in the back. I said, "Oh fuck, I'm not getting it." And then he comes out. He's like, "Yeah, I don't believe this ID is real, but here, go about your business." I was like, "What?" How
short was that person?
Short. I'm short. He was shorter than me.
Wow.
Gray. He had like salt and pepper hair, like gray and black hair. White dude.
Because the only person
he had an attitude. He looked like he always have an attitude.
I wonder if it was G. Cause G be trying to keep the persona like, cause bro, when it get hectic, you like, look, man, we gonna have to just plow through this, cause it's like you're gonna get asked 50 million questions. You're gonna be asked what you doing with the leftovers. They're gonna ask you what you doing.
I didn't act. I was saying low key, bro. I was like, had my head down. I don't even want to make eye contact. Well, but then come to find out, people that worked in retail, they say that they tell the cashiers and employees, any ID from this particular state, always consider it fake. So that's why, yeah. So that's why he looked at it. He was like, "Yeah, let me see that sneakers pass." I'm like, and then he's like, "Wait, no, that one right there. What was that? Just that right there." I said, "What?" He was in another account. I was like, "Oh, that's my other." He said, "Oh, that's all I needed here." And I was like, "Oh shit." And matter of fact, he gave me a fucked up box too. I'm like, "Motherfucker." But I was keeping it, so I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's how, man. That's what's funny at Mercer, because it's like people don't expect that back and forth. Like, it's like they like you go to Foot Locker, they tell you to talk one way, and even when the person gets mad, you're supposed to try to like, nah, bro. You come to Mercer, you say something, they're gonna say something back to you. And they be like, "Yo, bro, I don't gotta give you the shoe. Like, you can." That's what like, oh, yeah, like this shit real. But nah, man, we had some good times in there, man. We had some times where, man, we boy, if they saw me, man, they be like, "Yo, these niggas got to go." Like, somebody stole something from the store. We chased them niggas down the block.
You caught them?
Yeah, actually, we caught them around the block by Jubilee. We was like, "Yo, bro, we're not even trying to fight you. We just want the product back." Gotta get the product back. And
what did he try to steal?
Tech. That's when Tech first.
Oh shit! Yeah. It was dangerous. It was dangerous times for them Tech.
Bro, the dude came in and he didn't even take like one. He just like. It's like, you think we could? You think if we run, we gonna catch him? He was like, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty fast. He was like, all right, fuck it, let's go outside. I was like, oh. I said, we do this here? Like, I can do something. Like, I bet we gonna catch him. So I ran through this. There was a store called Jubilee. It's right across the street. I ran right through that store, and the dude came around, and then oh, that's my daughter. Just to let y'all know.
It's all right.
So you've been at 21 Mercer for 7 years now.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember the shift in the culture? Like, has 21 Mercer always had people just sitting outside of it 24/7 waiting for something to happen? Like, I feel like there was a shift and there was a change.
I'm gonna tell you the truth.
In the time,
like I said, it was always a spot where people just wanted to know what was going on, and I think once reselling became local, like it wasn't like, oh, this one reseller. Like everybody wanted to become a reseller. It got a little hectic. I'm not gonna lie. And then like the changing of it to be Nike Lab and the direction of where Nike wanted to go with the store, where it was like, I don't want to say it was not community based anymore, but from my perspective, I felt like the company shunned the people that was keeping the lights on. Like the store wasn't for the community no more. It was like one of those like, come in, buy what you want, and get out. Like, and we felt that from the inside the store. Like it was like you were able to have your man come in and just chill and hang out, and just hang out on the bleachers, and like once all that stuff was like gone, it was like it didn't feel welcoming anymore. It felt like more of a museum where you can't really touch it. And then you always had your local resellers, but once it became too much like it exploded on the resale game, it was just like it just came too much. And then the lawsuit that we had against the building, the co-op board, the $3 million. Then they said we can't have any lines no more. It just got too technical.
Yeah,
this is not even fun no more. Like, so that's when it was like that was like the beginning of Lab. It was just like it's a lot going on. Nike got to deal with a lot. People are, I think, it got crazy when they were saying like one kid had a gun on him. And it was like, all right, there's always been a lot of kids, but once we started talking about guns and all that, police had to escort us out the building to go home. I'm like, yo, bro, this is not even it. Like,
did you ever feel unsafe, like leaving work?
Oh hell no, I'm from Brooklyn. I was like, nah, bro, like I'm good. People was like I remember the time when we did the pop up in Harlem for V-Loan.
Oh yeah.
It was like mad people that didn't get pairs, and it was like, yo, you can purchase. Yeah, like the staff was able to purchase at the end of the night. Bari actually was like, yo, allow the staff to purchase because we were selling his clothes as well as Nike clothes too. Like he wasn't in the back with his team, so it was like, yo, there's mad people outside. You could buy a shoe and then we'll just hold on to it and we'll bring it to the store. I'm like, nah, I'm good. Like I could walk outside. There's like shores, man. I'm like, yo, bro, I'm from New York City, Brooklyn to be exact. I'm fine. I walk to work every day with a little pocket knife. I'm great. So I got it. Walk downstairs calmly downstairs, and I'm like, yo, if you walk like a victim, you're going to become a victim.
Facts.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, nah,
they could smell it.
Yeah, like you walking around like nah, bro, I'm not bright-eyed bushy tail, bro. I'm like,
They see that one sweat bead coming down.
Got him.
Like I'm gonna go home. I'm not gonna be an idiot about it and still walk the streets and be like, nah, I know that I got something on me.
As you walking out I got my side. Yeah, I got my
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go home. So I went home with my shoe. That was good, man.
You still got them?
My V-Loans, they should be here.
He say he got 500 pairs. I don't think he sells much.
I don't think he sells anything.
Yeah, they're actually in there somewhere. But yeah, I still got all that, man. I got I had a couple of trinkets here. And most of it
trinkets.
I got most of it at my mother's house.
Okay.
And I wanted to ask one more about 21 Mercer. What was your favorite so far raffle process? Because they've switched like plenty of times in the past like 7 years.
Tell you the truth,
now we have like Sneakers Pass.
Yeah,
know?
I love calling people. I love
calling
because I love to hear the excitement, and then sometimes they give you like a little backstory. Oh, I never get called. I'm like, yeah, well, no.
Congratulations.
So there's no truth to the you let it ring once and hang up real quick.
Nah. We but I was never leaving you a voicemail like call me back. Like nah, yo, bro, if you didn't pick up, it was a dub.
How many people did you call? Didn't pick up, but they called you right back?
That happened to me in the beginning when they started putting me on raffle duty because my dumb self didn't put my number privately. It got to the point where I was like, yo, you see this number? Don't call it back ever again. Don't call it back. He was like, you put it on private? I said, yo, my bad. I apologize. It's my first time. He was like, yo, bro. I was like, yeah, I know, right?
Wait, was it personal or the store?
Nah, you had to use your personal phone.
Oh, what?
They was like, I got the plug now.
It was like, nah, you sure? Like, yo, bro, I called you back. I said, yo, bro, it's over.
It's over.
It's over, bro. We didn't call somebody else for that shoe now. It's over. Just deal with it.
Damn.
But that process was way more tedious, but it was cool to just connect with like this and people like, oh, I finally won. Like it's like, yeah, it's like you radio station.
Yeah, that feeling. Because now it's like now even with the Sneakers Pass, the people coming in, you can kind of tell who actually wants a sneaker and who's actually doing what they're doing. You know what I mean?
That's racist.
I mean, there's no box involved when you're calling them single-handedly. You know what I mean? Like, no box for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But I feel like now, I mean, I get it. These systems are, they're in place to help. But I'm like, we're so far removed now from being able to, I don't want to say touch the consumer, but have those type of conversations. You're like, I'm like, Nike, let's be honest. Like, you helped bots. You helped bots. Like when we were doing regular raffles, what was a bot?
It's true. It's very true.
So I was like, now y'all want to, clean up after yourselves. I'm like, yeah, I work for Nike, but at the same time, man, I'm a realist. Like I'm not one of those bleed orange people where like, yo, Nike this and I'm like, yo, bro.
AKA Sneak.
Yo, that man.
So you gotta tell us some Sneak stories now.
I'm gonna tell you one Sneak. I'm gonna tell you how I met him. That's how crazy it was. We was at Webster's Hall. All right.
What year was this?
Shit, I was still working at Foot Locker. Matter of fact.
Wow.
That might have been, say, maybe 2012, 2013. Because I met him through tips. Because we used to go to his performances. So on that Webster Hall, he was some Spanish joint. He said, so we like, all right, cool, whatever. I'm chilling, minding my business. Sneak having a great time. He drinking. All right, cool. He drinking.
It sounds like Sneak so much right now.
He drinking a little bit too much. I'm like, yo, we at Webster Hall. It's mad dudes here. You could enjoy yourself to a point because you still gotta be on point.
Yeah.
Sonny's past that.
He said, "That's the point."
Past that. There is no coming back. And the girl that he's with, she not even holding him down. Like she's still feeding him drinks. I'm like, I had to post like, yo, so stop feeding him drinks. Like he's drunk. Like my son is slurred. You know how you play GTA, you get drink and like your screen get fuzzy.
Yeah.
He's there. All right, cool. The let out. Like we outside, right? So I'm like, I'm standing in front of the spot. I see Sonny walking down the block
by himself.
He was some dude. I'm like, who? I'm like, the group. He wasn't in the group. Mm-hmm. So I walked down the block. I'm like, yo, Sonny, you know him? He was like, nah. The guy was like, nah, it's cool. I just wanted to use his phone. I'm like,
what?
He was lining him up.
He's walking him down the block. I said, you can't use his phone in front of the store, in front of Webster. I said, yo, Sneak, I'm an idiot because I'm like, I'm talking to a drunk nigga. This nigga not listening to me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, Sneak, he's gonna rob you. I didn't even try to like pull him away. I just said, yo, the dude standing right next to you. I said, he's going to rob you. Once I leave you or something, he's going to take your phone. You guys are like, nah. I said, yo, Steve, come back over here. We're going to walk back to the front of the building. We walk back to the front of the building. The Spanish girl he with, I'm like, yo, go get him some water because you did a bad job at being you supposed to be tonight. Go get him some water. She go get him some water. Sneak. Now he holding his head. I'm like, oh, he's all starting to hit him.
Especially when that air hit you.
So she taking too long to go get. I said, yo, I'm gonna be right back. Don't move. So the guy walked back with me. So I'm like, yo, dude, why you walking with me? Like, I don't even know you. I'm like, yo, son, I don't want to punch you in your face. Move from me. So the guy moved from me. My dumb self, I go upstairs to go get everybody. I said, yo, I think niggas are trying to rob Sonny. So I go upstairs, tips and out of them, come downstairs. Sonny's still sitting there. Sonny, let me ask you a question. Where's your phone?
Oh.
He's like, I said, damn, this nigga got robbed. After I told Sonny, bro, he's going to rob you. Sonny calls me the next morning from, I guess, the girl's phone. He's like, yo, bro, he robbed me. I was like, I know, I told you. And he like, that's how I met him.
But yo, I forgot that quickly. That's the first day you met him.
First day.
Yo, that's crazy.
I save him from getting robbed from some dude we don't know. I barely know Sonny. I only know him because of tips in him. And I'm like, yo, bro, what? Everybody else enjoying themselves, but me just being on point.
Yeah.
Like, who is the guy that Sonny's walking off with?
Yeah, that says a lot about your character. First day you meet dude, you're like, oh, nah, something ain't right.
Yeah, I'm like, nah, bro. Like, I met you through my friends, so you good. So that, yo, if we all together, we all together. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Sonny don't know how to hold his liquor. I said, what the fuck is going on? So I'm checking everybody else. Like, yo, bro, y'all didn't watch your friend. Like, I don't know him. Mm-hmm. Like, how everybody else enjoying themselves and nobody ain't realized like, yo, Sonny not around. Sonny get walked to the corner. Like, I'm like, what type of shit is this? I'm like, nah, y'all niggas weird. He called me next morning like, yo, bro, he got me. I'm like, no, I know he got you.
No, I told you that.
I told you that. I told you, yo, bro, he gonna rob you. Just keep it
in front of him.
Yeah.
I should have took his phone and then went upstairs to get him the water and came back and then give him back.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yo, bro, he don't even know me. I just met him. He is gone right now. Nah, the guy got him. I was like, yo,
That's
bro,
funny.
I said, yo, bro, you can't ask nobody else to use their phone. You ask the person that is the most drunk to use his phone.
Yeah.
Trying to take it. He's like, I'm not even trying to rob him. I'm like, bro, you trying to rob him? I'm like, yo, I'm not drunk, bro. I didn't take one drink tonight, bro. I am coherent of what is going on in this situation. You trying to rob him? And Sonny got robbed.
Perfect. We need to have that segment of the show. How I Met Sonny.
Yeah.
Oh, Sonny stories, Sonny tales.
That's how I met him.
I mean, that does say, knowing Sonny the way I know him, he's a very helpful person, like nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
So being drunk would make him even more nice.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, here you can.
Yeah, what? You need a ride home?
Yeah, like come on.
Let's figure this out. Let's go.
Yeah. So that does sound like especially if somebody's in dire need.
Yeah.
You know, if somebody's in need, he definitely would be like, okay, let me try for you. So being drunk, I can see it already. Like
I was pissed off that night. I was just, yo, I tried everything for him to not get robbed. And
He got robbed.
he got robbed.
Listen, it was inevitable.
Yeah, I know.
oh,
Yeah, like
The guy needed the phone more than Sonny did.
yeah, you're right.
yeah. And then him walking back with you. Oh man, that's too funny.
Yeah.
But can we speak about? I think this was the last round of the clubhouse battle.
And I went against Robbie Digital.
Yeah, when you went against Robbie Digital, and we should have Rob on the podcast very soon.
Yo,
And Rob's your man, right? Because he told you to.
yeah, it's funny, right? So after every battle, after I did a battle and he did a battle, we FaceTime each other like right after.
Mhm.
Not like, yo, bro, this is what you need to do for next time. You need to stop playing around. You need to jump out the gate because if you notice, Robbie would always be losing in the beginning.
Yeah, always. And he would always say the famous line. All right, so what's the score?
Boom! Start going crazy. I'm like, yo, you need to stop playing with these people because as they weeding out, people's collections. And what was cool about this whole battle is you couldn't reuse shoes.
Mm.
So you see how people gotten deep in their shit. And then after me and Rob got to the finals, because I battled some guy to get to the finals, and he was kind of like, he told Rob, yo, Rob, I see you in the finals because Rob went before me.
Oh, that was Cameron.
Yeah, that kind of
Yeah.
threw me off a little. Because I was like, I'm like, what? Like, yo, bro, like, all right, cool. Now I'm gonna show you what I'm playing with a little bit, right?
Yeah.
And then you had to play into like the judges. Yo, bro, if you had a black cement 3, bro, it didn't matter what shoe that other person put up. You couldn't lose. That was like the grill for everybody. It was like, yo, black cement 3, you gonna get it. Black. And then everybody was rocking Grinches. That's when I had to pull out HTM Kobe's. And that's when it was like,
oh, yeah.
Oh, he got something. I didn't even pull up my Grinches. And if I pulled it out, I'd have told you this was the original one. Like, not the new one that you just got on the sneaker pass. Like, there was no sneaker pass when the Grinches first came out.
Did you go to your mom's for any inventory? Or
I had to pull a lot from my mother's house. But, that week leading up to the championship, I told Rob we are mortal enemies.
Mortal enemies.
Don't FaceTime me. Like, if I see you, I might like throw like a little jab at you just to keep my energy up. Went against Rob, and I was studying opponents as it was going along, and I see that there was a tiebreaker for Rob to get to the finals. Rob pulled his Yeezys, and I said,
"Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah."
I told him, I said, Rob, you fucked up, right? Because that was the only shoe that I do not obtain. And he was like, yo, I know I fucked up. I was like, yo, bro, if I get to the finals, I'm going to smoke you, bro. I'm going to smoke you.
Yo, it's hilarious to hear all the behind the scenes of how it was going down.
I said, yo, he was like, yo, dude, homie with the dunk. I said, you playing around too much. You should have, because my mentality was not to get 10-0. It's make sure I'm the first to 6 wins. because you can't beat me after that.
Gotcha.
I could lose the next 3. I'm good. Rob over here playing around. I'm like, yeah, now you had to pull a shoe that you didn't want to have to pull. And I said, I know you. Rob, I know you. You ain't got that much bullets left in your gun anymore, bro. It was like, all right. I'm like, oh, Rob, you know I'm gonna kill you. And Rob was like, yo, son, I know you. Rob was like, that's how I knew Rob was studying me, because Rob was talking to Jade. He was like, yo, Jade, did you know that Jason made it all the way to the championship and he didn't pull an off-white? And she was like, oh. I was like, I did pull one, but it was a sample. It was the sample London pair, the all-white one. Yeah. I had a sample pair of those because when I went to Portland, I had pitched the deck to Jordan Brand, and the guy was like, you want a pair of shoes? And he's like, yo, this is the promo sample pairs. And he gave me the white one. That's the only one I used. I didn't use off-whites throughout the shit. I seen everybody use their off-white. It was so disgusting how many people use off-whites. Sean Weatherspoons.
Oh, Sean Weatherspoons for sure.
I was looking for, there was one girl named Yaz. I liked her variety. Like, I studied her as she was going along. She, you know what I mean? Like, you could tell she's young. So she didn't have like super, but she did have shit that's like, yo, if you really in the sneaker game, you like, nah, she got some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, cause you know what, 3 days in before of who your opponent is. And a lot of people put their sneakers on IG. Look up your IG. I got nothing on IG, bro. You look up my IG. I got shit, but
it's nothing compared to what you have.
Yeah. So that's why the girl, she was like, yo, I looked up your IG and I couldn't find shit. I was like, I don't post nothing, but that's just me working at 21 Mercer, and to keep it tight, it's like, yo, bro, you don't want all that attention. So I was never the one to really post all my sneakers on that. That's how it always was. So, like when I started, people really didn't know who the hell I was. It was like, yo, who is this dude? I was like, yo, bro, I just wanted to play in the shadows until Robbie put me in the shit. Robbie gets the championship. I'm like, all right, Robbie, I'm gonna come out. He was like, yo, pick your favorite red shoe. And he picked like the Air Max 90. I came up with Supreme Air Forces. Niggas like, oh, this nigga playing. This nigga not playing for it.
Not playing at all.
What was the final score there?
7-3.
Damn. Yeah, smoked his boots.
I told Robbie, I said, yo, bro, I'm not playing with you. I'm gonna honorably smoke your ass. Like, I don't even want it to be like, oh, down to the over. Give me all my prizes. Cause
what was the prize for winning?
I got it was 10 people they donated. Not all of them yet. They're still going through it. But I just got Remo I was able to get Jordan 1s, the silver JP and Co. Silver ones. I got clothes. I got socks. I got what did I get? I got a $30 gift card. Yaz gave me Yeezy laces. Somebody gave me a whole year of free charge of dope for authenticating shoes, but I'm like, I don't sell shoes, but I take it.
Somebody else could use it.
I'm waiting for Fresco to give me. He's supposed to give me a pair of shoes. Kid named Wally's supposed to give me a pair of shoes, and I think I'm waiting on another package to come. So it was dope. I enjoyed it. Nice. Talking to everybody and having those conversations, especially when I was pulling out B-spokes and people was like, oh, he cheating, he pulling out B-spokes. I'm like, nigga, you pulled out a Nike ID. What the fuck you want from me?
Yeah.
I'm like, you mad at me that I
This is just a better version of the Nike ID.
I'm like, bud, all right, yours costs $150 and mine's costs a band. It's still creation, so here we are. But having those conversations.
Do you have to pay the band as a Nike employee?
Yes, you do.
They're like, man, we need all that.
There's no discount on B-spokes.
How long it took you to you went in with an idea of what you wanted to do, or you sat down from scratch and built it right there during the whole process?
Wait, but tell them how many you have.
Oh, what?
Yeah, it ain't one.
I have right now on me. I have 3 with 2 more coming.
5 bands.
Jesus Christ.
Did you help Tips with his?
Yeah, I actually co-designed it with him. Like if you want to see the top cloth, which is basically the footbed where your foot lays, my name is actually lasered into the cork.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Oh damn,
that's dope.
Yeah, so everybody that like was able to get a pair, my name was in the shoe.
Well, how did you feel when all that was going on? Like, I feel like they were treating his bespoke like we need this for the streets. Like, how did that make you feel?
At first, I was like, all right, cool. Cause, Tips was known on IG. So it was like, oh, cool, man. Like, going viral. But then, like, he would meet up with me after work. We would go to, like, a pizza spot. And these is honking their horns. And, yo, Tips, you really doing it for the Bronx, bro. And I'm like, oh, this is something. Like, okay. And I'm just like, and they're like, yo, man, the shoe you designed is crazy. And I'm just sitting there like, I'm standing there like, I helped design this shoe, and I'm like, the shoe that we really sat down for a month. Like, you should, if you ever got to see their original shoe, you'd be like, yo, good thing this is what Jack want to do. I was like, nah, we can't do this. Yo, you gonna get me fired pulling all these bullshit. So being able to sit there and design the shoe, and it was very thoughtful and meaningful. You know what I mean? Like, he got his kids' names in the shoe.
Yeah, that was fire.
And being able to see people receive it the way they received it, and to the point where they want the shoe to come out, and even people from Portland and the New York campus is like, now they looking at the shoe, and I'm just like, wow, like,
yeah, they looked at it so much that they came out with their own, didn't they? The Nike Uptowns, remember them shits?
The
New York Uptowns.
Yeah, it was funny. They was like, they posted the shoe, and somebody was like, "What's the fuck is this bullshit?" I should have came up with the J Tips ones.
Mm-hmm.
It's funny because I know the person that designed the New York ones, because that came out of a program in New York City called Gel. So that's like it's called Fast Lane, where like a shoe takes, we want to say 2 years to come out from conception to production, right? But
2 years?
Yeah, because you got to come up with the conception plan of the whole story of the shoe, and then you come up with the whole line, and then you have to find out now what materials you're going to use, and shit takes man long. That's why sometimes you see shoes that come out and you be like, yo, bro, this shit outdated. This shit was like last year's shoe. And like, yeah, because you got people from Portland dictating what goes on in New York. So what they did is come out with Gel Fastlane, and they put it in New York. It only takes a 6-month turnaround.
Oh, wow.
To put shoes. So that's how that Air Force came out so quick. That shoe dead took like a month from conception to production.
Wow, that's quick.
So yeah, so it got real quick. And that was during the Tips craze. So ain't nobody wanted to see that shoe. And the shoe was actually a good shoe. It just wasn't. It was funny because we sat there and Tips said, "Yo," Tips literally said, "Yo, bro, I want to simulate a sneaker release." I'm like, how the hell are we gonna do that?
Yeah, that was the beautiful part about that shoe to me.
Yeah,
actually, the custom box.
People actually making a rollout.
Say again?
People dead thought it was really coming out. Like
yeah.
And I was like, people were coming to the store like, yo, when can we put up for the Tip shoe? I'm like, yo, bro, this shoe is not coming out.
Did that ever gain any traction as far as like Nike HQ? Like, was that ever a conversation? Do you know?
It was it was rumbles, but it wasn't it didn't get to the point where it got up. It didn't come undeniable, like where it's like, yo, we gotta do something. It was rumbles and people talking like, yo, what this kid's doing is actually dope as hell, and it's not costing Nike no money on a promotion standpoint. Like,
I feel like they pass up on so many easy slam dunks. Like that's like a no brainer to me.
Mm-hmm. I think so too. And it's not just Nike. I just feel like it's a lot of the corporations, and I just feel like it's a lot of old money, man. Like, and they're not understanding. They're like, why do I have to do that when we got all of this going on over here, and we got the Off-Whites, and we got? I'm like, yo, bro, those people are far removed from today. I'm like, you was able, while this craze was going on, you could see Tips walking down Soho. Like, you could find them in Kith. You could have these conversations with him. And now that he's taking off now even more with the hats, now it's like, yo, bro, like, he's still accessible.
Yeah.
Like, yo, you still catch him.
I asked him last night, because I was with him last night, and I said, jokingly, but kind of being serious. How does it feel to be famous? And he was like, I don't feel famous. And I was like, dude, there's people out there that say to me, you know him? That's enough for me to know that you're above something else. You're on another level now. If somebody
it might not be fame, but it's definitely something. Like it's
it helps and hinders it at the same time, because like you said, I have a conversation with him and I'll be like, yo, bro, somebody wants to buy something off of you. And he'd be like, but that person got my number. And he's like, but that person feels like they shouldn't call your phone number. Like, no, bro. Like he's like, yo, this shit is really starting to piss me off. Like people can't talk to me. And then he's like, yo, bro, I want people to treat me regular. But I'm like, yo, bro, there's gonna be a point, bro. You're not regular. What's going on right now? You're the face of it. Yes, there's other people doing it. Don't get me wrong. Like you got T-Mark is doing a great job of what he's doing. You got my man Gary at 22 doing. But when it comes, yo, bro, you are literally the face of it. You're doing pop-ups. You're traveling all across the country to do pop-ups and doing hats. I'm like,
I knew it was crazy when I saw in a Discord people set up a release channel for a tips release saying, wow. All right, do this. These are the colors coming out. These are the ones worth money. I'm like, oh, but tips? Like,
yeah, I was like, yo, bro, when you started this, you had all these hats in your living room. You got a warehouse now with conference tables. I'm like, yo, bro, your life changed, bro, and it changed during Corona. It changed where people were losing jobs and weren't able to spend money.
That's the beautiful thing.
To spend money with you. So I say,
I feel like anyone who has like just grown throughout this whole COVID situation, like once the world's back to semi-normal, you out of here. Because if you could do that in this environment, imagine once the gates are open, like it's going to be insane.
That's why I was like, yo, nah, he working on another collab coming with Hat Club, as well as, still doing his own stuff. So I was like, yo, bro, you got a lot going on the pipeline. You just understand now. He understand like the back end of like the frustrations of now like the stores that he goes to, and they're we might not be able to. Now you see stores replicating and getting the shit, or being able to obtain his hats before he does, and it's like, yo, bro, this comes with it, because at the end of the day, New Era is still they're the big homies. So if they see something popping, of course they're gonna take what you did and offer it to other stores, because they're gonna buy bigger amounts, because they know that there's somebody behind this. They might not say your name, but niggas know. You all know that. Come out with an infrared and a purple hat. Yo, you got that. That's J Tips, bro. That's inspired by J Tips. So it was actually cool to see the other things he got going on. He got a lot going on, so definitely stay tuned.
I'm real proud of him, man.
Yeah, man, just helping him do the bespoke, and it was cool. Like it all came from the bespoke, so it was like my name is kind of attached to that forever. From that standpoint,
did you make yourself a pair?
You know what? I did a bad job at that. I should have made myself a pair. Never made myself a pair.
Why not?
Why didn't I make myself a pair? So he was doing raffles, and we wanted to make sure that the people that was winning his raffles got their pairs. I think it just came down to me procrastinating, bro. Like I was just
okay.
And I felt like it was so much of a moment for him that I didn't want to be that guy to have that shoe. And I just wanted to, like I said, I was comfortable with my name just being in the shoe.
Gotcha. Okay.
I was like, yo, bro, this is yours. Enjoy. Slam dunk. You got New York City on a tilt right now, bro.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to like, oh, yo, that's the kid. No, it's cool, man. I like playing, like all them times where people were stopping him, I'm standing right there. Like I'm watching, yo, you did a great job with the shoe. And I'm like, yo, Tips, don't even say nothing that I had anything. It's yours, bro. I enjoy watching from the background, bro. I'm cool with that. Like even all of these bespokes that's coming out that I had a part, I don't like. If you tag me, I'll repost it. And if somebody asks me, "Oh, you had a part in designing it?" Yes. But I don't speak about it. Only if y'all ask me, then I'm like, yeah, I had a part in that.
You don't need the clout.
I don't need it, bro. Trust me. I feel like I've been blessed in this game and to still be in it this long, and get the things I've been able to obtain. And it's not just shoes, but being able to
relationships,
people, relationships that. Well, I don't need all that. I'm cool with the dude that I can call the dude that helped design Union 4. I can call and pick their brains. Like that to me, I've gotten to the point in my life where it was, do I want to be the person that got 500 sneakers with no history, or the person that might have one sneaker, but I can speak on 500 pairs of shoes? That's what I wanted to be moving along in my life. Like I didn't want to just be the consumer. I wanted to be part of the process of the shoe coming out. We us as collectors were always at the end. We are always the consumer. Like, no, I want to help do something cool that can come out for the community. And my being able to do that for tips and that exploding, I was like, oh, I get more satisfaction of that now. Like, oh, I want a shoe, and then I get it, and then the satisfaction is gone. It's job completed. Like people stopping and honking their horns, driving down Broadway, telling tips is good job is way more satisfaction to me than now just obtaining the shoe.
I respect that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Do you think you're at a point now where you basically get whatever you want?
No, still not.
Really? Even with all those relationships?
Oh, you don't call in the favors?
I don't call them in.
Yeah.
I don't call them in. Like, I definitely. So one of the battles I used, the overseas edition. What is it? Airship.
Oh yeah. The black and red, right?
Yeah. So because it was like, oh, what was one of the shoes that I said I got that one for free. But that one came with me in the making 2 years before doing a deck for Jordan brand, which it was called Jordan Zero. It was like before the one. And like, how do we help bring that shoe back? So back and forth travel, talking. I'm like, yo, the guy was like, yo, make a deck and let's presentate to Jordan. He's like, I don't want to talk for you. I'm gonna let you talk for you. So it was me and Noel. We put together the deck, having these conversations. And I was, when they decided to actually do the shoe, they sent me one. They was like, yo, thank you for the work that you did. I'm still cool with that guy. He still works.
That's crazy.
It's stuff like that where it's like, yo.
I know that touched your heart right there.
Yo, like I enjoyed that. Like I felt like I had a part in the process. I might have not literally designed, but just being able to put that in your ear, and they're like, all right, there's a want for it.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Speaking of relationships, since you being a Brooklyn native, I see you have relationships with a lot of former guests of ours, and I'm speaking about my man Flacco.
Oh, Three Stripes Poppy.
Yeah, Three Stripe man. And he put me onto your clothing line. You have a clothing line.
Yes, I do.
Okay, talk about that.
It's all right. That's another thing. That's like, I let my other partner be the face of it more than anything, because at Nike, when you sign your contract, anything that you do on the outside while working for them, and they find out you work for Nike, they can try to take your company.
Oh wow. Huh?
Yeah, bro. Because they feel like if you were doing anything, if you have the ability to create or be around certain technologies that Nike works on, they feel like you might take that and adapt it to your company.
Yeah.
So they feel like they have the ability to take your company.
Yeah.
That's why it was one of the things. Like, yeah, I'll wear it. Yeah, but like, yo, I'm part of the board. I don't get into the logistics of that, because like I don't want to jam myself. I mean, especially with, I got 3 other board members where we work together. But the clothing line is called GoldenEye, GOALDNI.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta have a .com. Working on it all started as me and one of my friends from back in the day. The tall dude, I'll tell you his name is Xavier. We basically were doing clothes in the beginning, just shit that we liked. Like we didn't. He was a Soho kid that was just wearing SBs, but he liked fashion, and I didn't know what I liked at the moment, but I knew I liked to create. What at that time I didn't know, but I always liked to create. I can't draw shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, but now put me in front of Illustrator and some Photoshop, I got you. I'm gonna fuck some shit up. But and this learning, man, like I really like watching the different styles. It's like it's a conversation with no words when it comes to fashion, man. Like so there's definitely, and I'm not big into the fashion houses and like, oh yeah, I went to Dior's fashion show. No, bro, the runway for me is once I get off the train and I see people walking down the streets, that's the runway for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to go to all that high. I mean, cool if you're able to obtain to be able to be at the stuff, but
half of that shit you see there, you're not gonna see in the street anyway.
Yeah, like all that is like some fairy tale shit.
Yeah.
Like a fucking coat with like a half duck wrapped around you. I'm gonna look at you like you're nuts if you got that coming off the Q tree. But yeah, man, I definitely been working on that for a while. I actually have a subsidiary brand called Ski NYC. So how that actually came about was me and Noel. So me and Noel, Noel has Pure. So he was like, yo, let's do a collab. And I said, nah, I don't want to do a collab with you. Noel, I feel like you're such of a creative mind that let's make a creative space. So if you ever want to collab, we have a brand to collab with. And that's how Ski NYC came about. So it's actually called Pure Gold. So I just took shortened GoldenEye and Pure and just called it Pure Gold. And so anytime you see things with Ski NYC, just know that Noel had a part of it.
Got you. All right.
So then the third part of the brand is called Secret Society. And I got that from whole Secret Society, OE Access Trust. Right. So that came from my protest side. Like I don't protest. I don't go out and protest. I feel like there's other ways of not saying I have nothing against anybody that goes outside of protest, but I feel like coming from a creative aspect, I can protest without necessarily being outside protesting. So I was like, you know what? I might have something where I can speak to the people without speaking to the people and be able to tap in and have my pulse on what's going on at the moment through some clothes. So that's where that's my I haven't done nothing I wanted to do something for the whole situation that we were going through with, the Trump and all that. But I just, at that time, my money was tied up in getting ready for the spring. So I got a big launch coming out from my neighborhood, Canarsie, 2 months from now. I got a pop-up coming out in May. I'll definitely be able to give out the location. It's going to be in Williamsburg. I don't always want to do things in my neighborhood, especially how hot Canarsie is at the moment, which is Woo and Cho shit.
The Cho shit.
Yo, bro, the last thing I need, bro, is about everybody coming out and then everybody, God forbid, some shit I don't need all that. I'm like, yo,
somebody invite the wrong people. Yo, let's pull up over here.
I'm putting in neutral territory.
Yeah.
I'm like, if you over here spinning blocks in Williamsburg, yo, you out. That white people, you gotta get locked up.
You gotta really mean it.
Like, spinning on people while they gonna get oranges, like you're fucking. I was like, nah. But I'm happy to Canarsie got some stuff cooking up. My friend, he's about to open a clothing store over there. So just trying to bring the neighborhood back. But yeah, man, I do have a clothing line, man. It's GoldenEye. Definitely check it out. I have an IG as well.
What's the IG?
Can you pull that up, Trav?
It's GoldenEye. Let me just make sure, because I don't even run it. All I do, tell you the truth, is I create the clothes. And then
so it's GOL.
GOALDNI. Like so it stands for your gold in eye. So what's your goal? Like what you create?
Oh, in your okay, got you. Yeah, here we go.
Yeah. So that was our last drop. That was actually during COVID. We did well. People really, like our materials. I think this one was a cotton with a silk blend, so it had like more of a stretch to it. Did some Brooklyn shirts as well. We did Kanashi shows, but I let my man, like, all he did is he paid for it, and I just like allowed him to do it. But this year we got some Kanashi stuff coming, so that it stands for gang, but it actually stands for guide a new generation. If you actually see the words in the word in gang, it actually stands for guide a new generation. I mean, just so like, just put like more of a positive spin on a word that society deems negative. Like, gang of people, they obviously gonna do something bad. Like, nah, man, it could be a group of 4 people that's talking about real estate. You're gonna put them in the gang notion. That NY hat was based off of. All right, as y'all know, we care about baseball, we care about Yankees, but we've made that hat more hotter than the Yankees. We've given that hat more stock. Like, if you had a stock, you would literally have a ton of money, right?
Yeah.
You don't see none of it, right? So this is during the time of what's going on in the world, and like buy black, right? And everything about black. And I'm like, why don't we had Negro League teams, right? Like, we had the Cuban teams. At that time, we had the Black Yankees. So I said, I used that, and that was under the ski and YC, Noel as the team. And we basically put the Negro League patch on one side. That was actually the logo the Black Yankees used. And there's as well as the one, the alternate one in the back. I used the New York City crescent and put that on the side. And I was like, yo, we had our own team. Let's rock our own team. Like, you're not going to give us no credit off of making it happen. I don't care. Like, no disrespect to the Derek Jeters and the Scott Brosius of the world and the people that won these World Series. But, yo, bro, we as New Yorkers made the Yankee hat what it is today.
That's very true.
So
that's dope.
No, that's fine.
That's where I went with it, man. It was like, yo, let's give flowers to our forefathers in the sense of where we was at. Like, now I think the MLB now is integrating stats from the Negro League, and now they want to put in MLB, and they're finding out that the Negro League stats they're smoking their best players at the time. So it's just like understanding, like, yo, we've been here, we've been doing it.
Yeah, it's history.
Let's take care of our own, and it's not just black; it's Spanish people. Like, I had a shirt, I'm working on it. I'll give you a little insight. It was coming off Secret Society. It's blunt as hell. It's it says it was stolen from the natives, built by black, beautified by Latinos. Welcome to America.
Wow, that's a statement right there.
And that's where, like, my protest is like, this is where I stand.
And that's for the third brand.
Yeah, that was for Secret.
That's the collaborate. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
so,
you.
But I'm still working on making sure that I can get all of them, like, I guess, like, more seamless. It's just that I be on IG, but it's like running multiple, like, IG. It's a lot.
Yeah.
So, especially when it comes to, like, creating for myself and then going to work every day and creating for Nike and creating, making sure that's good, and working on decks with other people that, like, I'm pitching to people. Is just like, I enjoy it. I definitely enjoy it, but it becomes a lot.
Yeah. Damn, we got a man of many hats here.
Yeah, I know, right?
Fine, man. I realized rich people don't have one source of income.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah. The biggest one is they're making money while they're sleeping. So
yeah,
residual income.
That's facts.
When your money makes you money.
Yeah.
I want to get to that point.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, y'all have a great one.
Oh God.
You're giving them the 2-hour Foot Locker notice?
Nah, I'm gonna give them the 2 week because a lot of good people still, man. A lot of good people that they're working to get there, to get to the top, man. I'm still, I'm still invested in Nike, but at the end of the day, you got to remember it's not your company. So as a creative, you take more things a little bit more personal. So it's like mostly drained, or it's just like, you might be working on something for mad long, and just because someone doesn't understand where you're coming from, they might dub your whole project. And it's like, yo, man, it's a lot. So it's just, and you want to work. You always want to work on yourself. Like that's why I put more real estate, especially this COVID thing really made me allow me to really sit back and like, yo, if you work 7 hours out of the day working for a company, if you only can put 2 hours in yourself, what's the point?
Yeah.
You gotta better yourself. So it's like I'm putting more real estate in myself than, you know what I mean, just the company I work for. Like at the end of the day, I want to make sure that my company is in good and I don't have to necessarily just rely on a 401 or stock options just from Nike. It's like, nah, I got my own company. Doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
And this week I want to do it a little different. I don't want to go through the releases. I want this episode to be more focused on Jay because I'm loving the story. I could sit here and talk to you for hours, really.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to ask you, what are some releases you're looking forward to this year? Like on your radar that you're like, okay, when this drops, I'm definitely gonna check out.
If it actually does come out this year, the black and red rumored Off-White Force.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I've been trying to stay away from all that collab shit, but that shit is just beautiful.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
I want to get your thoughts on that I'm on year 3.
Dope.
Like it?
I actually like it that the age midsole, the quilted.
You like the quilted?
I like because I deal with in Bespoke a lot of people, especially with the lavishness of like quilt and when Don C did it,
Mm-hmm.
the Chanel bag, and I do like it.
Okay,
I'm very appreciative of it. I do want to see it in person before I give my final judgment on it because, for instance, those 4s that just came out, they look dope on the pictures. When I went to Tip's office and he showed it to me,
the taupe, right?
Roll that shit across the room. I said,
yeah.
With that crackle bullshit
that crackle is trash.
I'm like, nah, get this shit the fuck out of my face, man. That's Travis Scott. Man. But I was like, yeah. So I am looking forward to seeing that. The 4s. I actually want the Bacon 90s.
Yeah. Over the clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had to think about that for a minute. Like, yeah.
Okay.
What else I'm looking forward to? What else I'm looking forward to through the pipeline of shoes? What I would love to get that actually came out already. I know that we're talking about in the future is the Barclays. I wasn't able to get.
Oh yeah.
Looking for those. It's like Nike just put those out. Like, figure it out, people. And I'm like, what? No release date, no nothing. Just
nothing.
Yeah.
A care package just dropped in the middle of the hood. So I was like, all right, what the fuck? But
do you pay if you really want a sneaker and you don't get it? Would you pay the flip?
Nope.
No. At all.
Nope.
Retail or sale?
Yeah. Would you trade?
Nope.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yep.
I like that.
Okay.
Nothing against anybody that pays that, but I've gone to the point in my life, me having a daughter. Shoe costs $900, $1,000. Yo, bro, I'd rather just put that in, invest that shit into my daughter, bro. Like, it's at the end of the day,
it's sneakers.
It's sneakers. It's leather, glue, and rubber, bro. Like, why we paying so much? And it's funny about it, like, yo, it's a made up number because it's all about worth. So you can have a shoe, and just because the demand is like, but it's made up off of a fake thing that we all doing in our heads, and how much money they can get off you. I'm like, yo, y'all know this shoe off of manufacturing costs cents off $1, right?
Yeah, that shit's wild.
So how did we get from that to now the cost price, now to the retail price suggested, because they can't tell you it's literally that price. Now we got to resale price. You know how many prices we went up, and now we here, and now I gotta be. Now that's really the consumer. That's where the consumers are now, because the consumers now are giving up on getting it on launch day.
Yeah,
bro, I can't. There's got to be some rules to this game that I still gotta abide by.
Yeah,
and that's one of it. I can't do it.
Yeah, it's tough. I try and justify it by like, if I get something that I really didn't want but it's worth a lot, and then I'll take that bread, and something that was hard to get, then that's how I try and justify it. But I hear you, it's a slippery slope.
I feel for people that, like, if we gotten to the point where like you get a shoe that you really like, but then you see the resale value goes up to $2,000, and now you don't even want to wear the shoe. I'm like, bro, what happened to this putting it on and just being that guy when you step out? Like, I can't wear this shoe.
But it's also like, damn, I'm walking around in a shoe that's worth $2,000. That's not even me. Like,
but then you go to Balenciaga and buy a shoe for $2,000.
Oh, not me. Not
at all.
I'm like, yo, he's walking around with what at that time? What those do with the
Dior's, the Dior run, yeah,
bread.
But as you can see it now, they're transitioning into the overpriced sneakers. You know what I'm saying? The high price sneakers. Like, they'll be having a whole Dior suit on. Instead of having Dior's on their feet, they'll have some exclusive off-white, or not even exclusive, some expensive sneakers on their feet. Nikes, expensive Nikes.
Yeah, and I try to explain, like, everybody trying to big up all these brands. I said nothing against the Louis Vuittons or the Dior's, but Mary, all
I'm
like, yo, bro, y'all all. The Converse is the number one ripped off silhouette.
Converse?
Yeah. Point blank. The
70?
The Chuck Taylor. Right?
Chuck Taylor, yeah.
Everybody does their own high-end version of it. That Dior with the translucent Dior, bro, that's just a higher platform. That's a toe cap. Bro, we've seen that. You know what I mean? Like, nobody has reinvented the wheel. So it's like, seeing all these things, or the Jordan now is being ripped off. You know what I mean? The Air Force, of course. Now the
dunks,
the dunk. It's gotten so to the point now where you just got to, if you have the money, you can just go to a Chinese factory and get it replicated.
Yo, people are making bank off of this though.
How do you feel about that?
Not a fan of it.
Okay.
Not a fan of it. I'll tell you why I'm not a fan of it. Right? I had this comment. Who did I yell at? I yelled at my boy, one of my boys, right? Because I told him I have no problem with y'all replicating the shoe, right? I'm not a fan of it from a designer aspect, but there's people out there in the world, right, that is of black and brown color that's really making shoes from the ground up, that's really designing. And we would never, and there's people like us, we're the gatekeepers of, bro. Cool. Everybody here is looked at some type of fashion aspect, like, yo, y'all well put together. I said, yo, we're doing a disservice to the next by not looking for those. If we're gonna play in that realm of not Nike and we're not giving them no shine, we're bigging up the Lotus dude to do a replicated dunk. I said, at the end of the day, that's a dunk. Homie that did the Thunderbolt on the Jordan 1. I said, yo, that's not moving the culture forward, though. It's a quick cash grab. Don't get me wrong. If that cash grab is going to put your kid in college or whatever, do your thing. But don't say that, yo, bro, they're ahead of helping moving the culture forward. That's not helping moving the culture.
Yeah, we need to support people like Muggsy, or people like, I have my homegirl, Brittany. She has a Perry Coast shoes out of Chicago. Like, they doing it from scratch. Like,
and I yelled at Muggsy because Muggsy got one of those Jordan 1s. I yelled at him, bro. I said, yo, bro, I'll give you my money for your shoe before I do that. And then you like, nah, bro. And then what pissed me off is he said, I don't even like Jordan 1s like that. And I said, Muggsy, that's not a Jordan 1? And he said, no. I said, so, Muggsy, you mean to tell me you saw that shoe and your brain allowed you to accept that as a different shoe? No, your brain saw it and immediately compared it to something that your brain always saw. And that's a Jordan 1. It's a Jordan 1, Muggsy. I don't care what you want to play the whole, no, it's different. No, it's not different. You put a Thunderbolt. The whole silhouette is modeled after a Jordan 1. And I said, and then you're getting bad production because I've held one of them. They're soft bottoms. Like they're Gerber 1s.
Wait. What do you mean they soft bottoms?
Bro, if you take the shoe,
you can bend it?
So you're going to press all the way in, bro. Because there's no It's not, and the shoes are not they're not consistent. So you might get this hard, and you might get one that's soft. You got to remember, Jordan 1s have air unit in it.
Yeah,
air units in these things. So you're just literally you're putting your foot in. You put your foot in, you got the little thin top cloth, and then you got the rubber, and then you got ground. I was like, yo, I got on Jordan 1s with a Converse bottom.
Yeah, I'm over. I'll admit that they almost got me, but then I'm good. Like I have the original Warren,
okay,
the red and white one. I wasn't mad at that, and then I was hyped for the pigeons, but then at some point I'm like, what am I doing?
This got stopped.
What am I doing?
It's all a cash grab, and like I said, I'm not opposed to that. If you were just talking money, then do your thing. But when we start putting in the element of moving the culture whoa, let's not do that.
Yeah. But I think that was Warren's whole idea was get that money from doing those and then come out with what he got now, the Reapers. But the Reapers is pretty much still a ripoff of the Dunks that Nike already did.
I know there's somebody of black and brown descent right now that is constructing the shoe from the ground up, that is brand new, and we're not going to give them no light for it. Yeah. We're not even looking for these people.
We had a discussion yesterday in the group chat. I kind of want to. Yeah. Let me see if I could scroll up and see what I said verbatim.
Yeah, he going. But pretty much the gist of it, what Trav said is like Nike got a monopoly on the game, bro. Like they control. Well, let Travis say what he gonna say.
Yeah, I'm trying to find exactly what I said because it was pretty good.
Yeah. It came. What, you was high? You was on the toilet.
Something. I said okay. So they was talking. They were talking about how no old Adidas, like the quality is really bad. And I was saying, like, listen, Nike is a staple. It's not going anywhere. These other brands need to give it up. You might catch one every once in a while, but it's temporary. Like we'll say, oh, New Balance had a good year. Or when Yeezy first came with Adidas, that was a time, that was a moment. But then I said, Nike decides how hot they want to be. These other brands don't have that luxury.
True.
What do you think?
No, you are true. You're telling the truth, but I think that exactly what you said is the reason why Nike always find themselves in trouble. It's because they know that they're that hot, so they fall back on things. It's like, yo, bro, keep moving forward, keep being in these streets. Stop. There was a golden era of basketball, right, where Nike basketball couldn't do nothing wrong, right?
Yeah,
that was the Foot Locker age.
Yeah,
Football came out, you was online, right?
Yeah. House of Hoops, all that.
Then Nike's, it got phone pods start dissipating. Nike's still pushing that down your throat, and it's like, yo, bro, that's not where we're going. The shift is from the athlete to the entertainer, and Nike is picking up on that late. I'm like, yo, bro, niggas not lining up for LeBrons, but niggas is lining up for OVOs, niggas is lining up for Travis's. Understand that. Now we've gotten to the point. Let's get off that. The next thing is your local artist. Let's get to that point. I understand that people might go, well, we had the Barry situation. All right, not everybody Barry, bro.
And I mean, I feel like that's a gamble with anyone you invest in. Like especially in this time, you know, like everyone has some fucking dark stories, dark past. Like it's a gamble, and I feel like it's worth it if it pays off.
I tell people like, if good thing Portland, it's legal to smoke, because if you checked every designer at Nike for some type of THC content in their blood, you would have no designers. You would literally have no designers, bro. So I'm like, yo, people do it as long as they're not out here harming themselves and other people, bro. Go ahead, like if that's what's gonna help, like, oh, you know, if you just creative, no, people get high out their mind and we'll come up with something. And I'm like, I don't smoke, but you know, I enjoy things. I casually drink, or I like to travel and go like to Portland or go to other places where I might just go to sit down and just let my mind wander. Like even just coming back from the standpoint of like understanding what's going on in the world with the allowing people to be creative. I'm like, Nike, y'all made workshops for this. Allow people to create and understand. And like now it doesn't necessarily have to, or it keeps shifting. Like everything now doesn't have to just be, something of Travis style. Like we made collab inline. Like everything was a collab. I'm like, yo, it got to the point where people just wanted to go back to OG shit. Because everything was a collab and people knew they weren't going to get their hands on it or they were going to have to break their bank to get it. And it's like, all right, bro, this shit is getting corny. And it wasn't just us, everybody. That just became the trend. Nike did it, Adidas did it. Everybody was doing it. Like that's how New Balance had to get their selves back on. But what was cool about it is they did it with Joe Freshgoods. Joe Freshgoods, I mean, he was at that time, he was able to be touched. Like now, like a little more, and he's not as accessible as a J Tips right now.
Yeah.
I mean, but once J Tips he gets his collab, he's just
out there.
Yeah.
So it's just like, I mean, Kanye hasn't been able to be accessible in God knows how long. He just, he shifted brands and shit. But even you've seen that brand has plateaued. And now, like, yeah, it's generating so much money because he wanted it to just be a regular standardized brand and not just collaboration, which that's where Travis Scott is going to go. That was one of the things he's in his discussions on Arena with Jordan Brand. He wants to go that route. He doesn't just want to be a collab. But yeah, man, like understanding that we need to start working with and not just collab everything, and bring and honor the old silhouettes as well as push forward. But like I was talking about Mac Attacks, the Macaros, and how people were like, oh, they don't come back. But I said, bet you put a collab behind it, that shit.
Yeah, that shit pop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn, are we still trained where we have to put everything on a collab version of it? Why can't we just put the shoe out? I mean, I know there's literally restrictions where it's like Nike itself might not have the midsole anymore, the last that actually forms around the shoe. They might not even have it anymore. Whereas it's like, but I just seen LeBron not too long ago wear the Macaroons. After somebody told me they can't make that shoe no more. So I'm like, how did y'all make it for LeBron? However y'all made it for LeBron, figure out how to put that shoe back out.
Yeah.
I mean, like I know he's not wearing a shoe from 1986. So don't even kick that to me. That's a brand new shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If LeBron wants it done, it's gonna get done.
You feel me? Like LeBron out here wearing sample. The best thing that happened for All-Star Weekend was those yellow off-whites. I was like,
yeah,
shit, like where the hell did that
shut it down?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, all right, you wildin'. Like, all right, shout out to you, LeBron. And understanding, like, even like he changed the game, like allowing retros to come out while still being active. Like, we didn't know that. Like, Jordan wasn't doing that. I'm not saying he needed it. You know what I mean? Like, for the most part, all of Jordan's shoes every time it came out was fire. I mean, but like, LeBron lost us after the 10. He was losing us at 10, but he lost us after the 10.
Yeah. Them sneakers his sneakers too bulky, bro.
It got too technical. It got away from Jordan. I don't know why I keep saying Jordan Brand. But what made Jordan Brand is not all because Michael Jordan was flying through the air. It was because you can see Michael Jordan wearing it, and then you can see it on the beginning of the Fresh Prince episode. You can see Martin wearing it. You can see you can watch Home Improvement and see the little kid wearing Jordan 8.
Right.
Like, it took a life of its own. It's like, yo, bro, that formula worked, but y'all don't, who see wearing LeBron? Like, it got too technical. Y'all want to space age, and I get it. Like, the athlete evolves, so the technology has to evolve too. That's great. One thing about it is, these shoes didn't sell millions because a whole bunch of basketball players bought it. It's lifestyle that bought it. So if you strain away from that, then of course basketball is not going to do great anymore. Like LeBron's shoes, once after the 9, really? When they just got super tech, it's like, I can't wear that in the street. So yeah, you're gonna lose a lot of money on that side, and basketball had to take a back seat, and it didn't help while basketball was trying to figure out the Roshi dropped in it. And then the switch from it being basketball to now comfortability.
Yeah.
Once comfortability took over, more than the look of the shoe. It was like, oh, bro, basketball, y'all gotta sit down for a little bit, because let's be honest with ourselves. Not every basketball shoe we put on was super comfortable. It's just that we was like, yo, I'm gonna take this pain with this fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Be comfortable, and it looks cool when Roshi's drop. And then what really started was when we did 5.0 free runs, and people was able to casually wear those, and it was like, yo, these are a cool shoe. And we just took it away, and I was like, yeah, that's what Kanye tried to emulate his whole thing. I was like, yo, I gotta get to Roshi status.
Yeah, and it was like the Roshi thing was a storm for comfortability and also price point too.
Yeah.
That's what made it like, okay, I'm gonna cop these for sure.
Like now anybody could get it. Anybody can, like the kid that can't afford the high price shoe, and LeBron's was still going up. Like,
yep.
I can get this Roshi and feel just as good as the kid that got on something a little bit more, because right now fashion was just moving comfort.
It's still, I think it's still in the comfort lane.
It is. It is. But what's cool, what's changing now, pants have gotten wider.
Oh yeah, they're going back to the wide shit.
Yep.
Now you can bring back the Charles Barkley CB34s, and people like, yo, because
throw those on.
Pants ain't super tight no more. So I think now we're gonna get to the point where it's you're not wearing 3 sizes bigger than what you are, but you'll have a bigger bottom of your jeans. I think that's where we're gonna be right now, and I think that plays into the comfortable factor. Because let's be honest, I don't think people that wear super tight jeans are comfortable.
It's not.
Just a look.
It's not. Like, I remember when the skinny jean wave was on, and I'd wear a pair of skinny jeans to work. By 5 o'clock, I'm ready to take them shits off. Like, now that it's back to, not necessarily like Jay said, not necessarily baggy, but
it's
comfortable, feeling. Loose. I have room, looser, All right, I can make it till 10 o'clock at night when I get home. I can actually sit around in it, because it's kind of like, it's not necessarily that sweatpants feel, but it's that, like you said, that loose feel that makes you get past the day. Because skinny jeans on a hot 93-degree day, that doesn't work well with me. I don't know about y'all, but it don't work well with me.
I tried it, and I was like, nah, this ain't gonna work for me.
And how do you feeling? Like, I did notice a lot of the jeans now. It's like they start out slim, and then
flare
out at the bottom. And it's like some people opened it up. I don't know the technical terms for jeans, but they opened it up on the side.
And put
like an extra piece of layer there.
Yeah.
Like, how you feel about that?
In the world of fashion, there's no wrong or right? It's however you styled it. It's your perception of things. Is there things that I'm like, nah, you bug, I can't do that? 100%. Flare outs was just something for me that I just left that. That was either back in the 70s or was
that was like some old school shit.
Right? Yeah, some bell bottom type shit.
I can't my it can't go up my knee, and then it's just gonna start making a duck like a fucking down. We ain't doing that. But like I said, man, so we just old, man. Like
I do really find it interesting how people want to cover the shoe now, though.
Yeah, right?
Because the argument used to be, why are you wearing skinny jeans? I want to show my shoe. Oh, but now you covering your shoe.
The jeans used to be behind the tongue. Now it's not.
Yeah. Now it's not.
But like I said, like that's why I was like, people like Travis Scott. That trend really came, like it was coming, but then it solidified when Travis Scott wore oversized cargos and covering up. We knew what the shoe was, but now it's covering it.
Yo, the first person I see with Jinkos, I might slap. That whole shoe just covered. All you see is soul.
You remember that shit? Oh my god, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. Lastly, there's 2 segments we do on this show. Supreme, we do a recap. This week was pretty trash. Jay, your thoughts on Supreme?
I'm gonna tell you the truth, man. Supreme, dope brand. Did it get pimped out in the last couple of years? Yes.
Hell yeah.
Do I follow it as I used to? No. Is there things where I feel like, all right, the company that got it now understand what they have. They're gonna maximize profit because they're dealing with profit margins.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck the culture. Niggas don't give a fuck about the culture. The culture's been manipulated, kicked to the curb. The essence of the game is made more money than ever, but the soul of the game is at its weakest point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because there's no, you find me a kid between the ages of 16 and 24, and you're going to see how hollow these kids are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're getting a little because they see somebody on television. They don't even like the shoe.
Yeah, they're jumping quick.
But with Supreme, yeah, you can see that when they lost me once they made Supreme bricks. Yeah, but what the fuck am I doing with this shit?
And Trav, if you could show off your Supreme prize possessions behind you, I see them there.
Oh, these?
I was looking at them in the back. I was talking like, oh, you guys, all right.
Oh, yeah.
So I got fortunate enough to land.
You don't have all the Infinity Stones.
I didn't want them, honestly. These were the two I wanted.
Oh, those are the two you wanted?
Yeah, that was crazy. That's the crazy part. The two that you wanted, that's the two that you hit on.
But I will say, my wife kind of spoke me out of keeping these.
Really?
Oh, what?
She said it looks like too childish.
Ooh.
Like, especially with the stars. And my wife's I would consider her a sneakerhead, so I respect her opinion.
Okay.
But was she a sneakerhead when the OGs came out? Because that's what it's playing off of, the OG highs.
I think
probably not
with that though.
I like the black and white. Like if I had the sorry, what'd you say?
No, I said I think you can get away with those because at the end of the day, this is black and white.
Yeah. I mean, if I did get rid of one, it'd probably be blue, but I'm just gonna hold on to them and just see how I feel. Worse, I mean, there's some sneakers coming up that I know are gonna be really hard to get. So, like I was saying earlier, I'll probably have to end up like using them as trade bait. But I'm not mad at them. Like I like the material.
The quality is good, right?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Crocodile.
Yeah, it's dope. I hate the laces. The laces are.
Is it fat or flat?
Flat.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why.
Tongue with regular Nike laces.
Listen, Trav, you could sell the black one and cop 5 pairs of black and white dunks.
Or next year, I could get a used car if I hold on to them.
Used car.
He said, "Go with the car. Go with the car."
Supreme. Yeah. I mean,
it's for the youth. Yeah.
The kids, man. Like, do your thing, enjoy. I just hopefully now that the company now that owns them respects Supreme, because the Carlisle Group didn't respect it. It was definitely pimped. And they're known for taking companies, raising the value in it, and then selling it off. Like there's no longevity in the things that they do.
Who, Carlisle Group?
Yeah, and I mean, fuck them. But yeah, hopefully now with the company that I think the company now that they're with owns North Face. So like, I hope now that they understand what they have and take pride and ownership of having you own Supreme.
Yeah,
it's a big deal.
Literally street brand. It came from the street now to corporate, and the mystique of it, like for the fact that Carlisle Group took it and then got rid of the flagship store. Like, how the fuck do you get rid of the flagship store, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how many other stores you open, you don't get rid of the flagship. Like,
yeah,
but
Lafayette is
need more space. Like, what? You got more stores. You open up one in Williamsburg, bro. You could have kept that one, have that one like the nostalgia, like that's what you drop. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
little pieces, or you could have made a little fucking museum out of this shit. I don't know.
And people would have went.
People would have went. Yeah. People fly from all around the country just they wanted to go out there. People fly all around the country just to come see Mercer. Mercer ain't what it used to be, but the nostalgia of it got so big that people still want to come and take pictures of it. I'm like, yo, you really want to? I'm at work like, for real? This is where you want to come to?
He's like, all right, I'll hold the camera.
But I get it. I mean, so this is like, you let go of that part, like you shouldn't have.
Yeah.
But corporations that come in, they don't care. They don't understand. They don't care to understand. They just, like I said, they care about their profit margin.
Yo, below Houston on Lafayette, there's nothing there no more.
You're right.
I drove up there because I was going to Kith, and I drove my natural route that I always do. You know, I used to look to the left, look to the right. I saw StockX on the right, kept on going up, and there was nothing on the left. Not even G-Star.
Yo, the city's a ghost town, bro.
Not even G-Star was there.
I think what's it called still open? What's that resale store? Is it Soul something? Soul Story on that same block as StockX?
I don't know. That's
they've been on Complex.
Oh, but yeah, once you pass Houston, brightens up a little bit with Kith, but you know.
I mean, so and nothing even again, like they group, and this is nothing against Kith. They group Kith under community, right?
Yeah.
Like, what community are they serving? Like, what like
the world?
That's in the hood. That's serving a community. These other stores, Woodstack in the hood.
Yeah, that's definitely community.
It's in Brownsville, bro.
Yeah, word.
Serving the community, but it's like I say, oh, these are Kith is our community store, and I'm like, yeah, I like what he doing over there, and he got the Air Force coming out, and let y'all know that Air Force silhouette actually came out of Bespoke, but we don't talk about that. I got to get up in the morning to get to work to make that silhouette that they took, and now it's all over, and I ain't get one, but it's cool.
Nah, it's not cool.
Remember, I told y'all that story a long time ago.
You did.
If and all that, they doing their thing, but it's like, what is it? The Soho community that they serving? Like, don't say, oh, they're a community store.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what. Maybe if it was back then when Mercer opened, I'm like, all right, there was a community, but show me the Soho community right now, because that has changed so much.
Yeah.
That I don't even know what to call them. Like, the Soho community right now is just resellers.
Basically.
That's the people that hang outside.
Yeah.
Resellers and raffle grabbers.
Yep.
That's it. Like, if you sit on Mercer Block, right? You got the resellers that sit around the corner on Howard Street, waiting forever. They could catch something, or the niggas that's selling packs. I'm like, I didn't know that was the spot to sell narcotics now. and then you got your regular everyday. You got come so kids that sit outside, and you got your little skateboarders. But it's like it's resellers. It's resellers. Now it's like, all right, well, this is what Soho looks like now. All right, this is the vibe.
Nah, it's definitely changed, because I will say, for Kith, back in the day when it used to be the small store next to Atrium, inside Atrium, I will say it felt like community then, especially in the one in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Especially the one in Brooklyn. Because, you know, you had Vinny's right there. It was the little entrance for the Kith side. And, you know, it felt like community, because I never forget that All-Star weekend. I was in that store every single day. And the whole hood showed up and was chilling. But what it's turned into now is just like where everything's going. It's just bigger level. Just, yeah, like you said, just resellers and raffles. That's all it is right now. So.
Nobody get punched in their face no more, man.
Oh no, Jay chose violence.
Nah, but it's like
the violence.
When you just able to like everybody now is like IG monsters on you. Like, yo, bro, what happened to you? Just, there's a possibility you might get punched in your face, man. Like, you good though. You have to be wary when somebody asks you what it was.
That social media stuff is cool. Oh, my camera's about to die. That social media stuff is cool, but I feel like anyone can say that their relationships or their influence goes way up once they touch the streets. Like you can't compare it. You can't compare the two.
Oh yeah. You cannot compare a like to love.
Mm-hmm.
IG. Somebody that's based solely on IG, soul is more weaker than the person that is influencing you, like say on the streets, because it's like, yo, bro, you had to be there. Like I miss the you had to be there portion. Like now you have to be there. You can now get on live. I'm like, yo, I'm there. I was there, bro. I seen it. Like, no, you had to be there. Like when you went to Mercer for the Dornbecker floors and the registers weren't working, and people had in their hand, they had to get wristbands. You had to come back the next day because the registers. You had to be there for that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, like, so it's just certain things where I'm like, and I get it, man. Like, we're going into the digital age. I get it. I don't want to be the old guy talking about what it is. But
back in my day,
like, I don't want to be that guy. But it's just like, bruh, it was just way more genuine back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. You know what? I want to end it right there. You had to be there. You had to be
There you go.
Because
name of the episode. You had to be there.
Yeah, that's it. Because like what he just said is so true. Because people used to tell me about releases. Yo, the fight broke out. This happened. This happened. And I used to sit there and be like into the story. Now somebody comes, yo, there was a fight. I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what happened. I saw it. I saw it already. Yeah.
How you saw it?
They were throwing snowballs. I saw it. I looked at it. I seen it. Like that has really changed. You had to be there. I'm gonna live with that one right there. You just put something there. Jay, lastly, we do sneak of the week. This is sneak segment, even though he's not here. We
What's the absentee ballot?
Do we pick a sneaker that we'd like to acquire within the next week or I guess the month?
The week, bro. We do the week.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want nothing this week though.
Anything.
Oh, actually, I do. I want something for my lady. The Pearl Dunks.
Okay.
The Pearl Dunks. She wants those. Yes.
I think I literally just got a DM from my wife about that shoe. So
Yeah.
My girlfriend hates sneakers. I love her for that.
Oh,
wow.
you lucky man.
Wow, you're lucky.
Marry her.
Yeah, it's coming. Oh yeah, she likes sneakers. I don't even like word.
Oh.
That man shit for myself.
When is the 19th?
Word.
When's the 19th?
This week.
Yeah, this week.
This week? All right. Well, the Kim Jones 95 is coming up.
Oh, you taking those?
I don't know.
You said it like, oh yeah, that's all me.
No, I don't know. I'll probably get it for wifey.
Yeah.
The green pair. Only the orange pair is dropping on the sneakers app.
Damn, Jay made me just think about something. The worst thing I hate to hear is, can you get those? Or I want those. I don't know if I can get them. If it was for you, you would have. So being that you don't have to hear that,
yeah, you lucky, bro.
It's a blessing.
Yeah, she'll like, and it's funny because like she'll see a shoe and she'll be like, "Oh, that's nice," and then it'll make me go hard to go get it.
Yeah.
She don't see it for shoes, bro. So like, oh, word, you actually like that?
Right, I got you.
Give me a minute, and then I'll go get it. But sneakers, I don't know if there's anything this week. I just know I do want the bacons. They come out on the 26th.
Okay, we'll take that. The bacons.
That's the shoe that I'm looking forward to. But I haven't really been looking. I've been looking at shoes, but not for personal self.
Right.
It's like, that's a good shoe. That's coming out. It's cool.
I do actually want something, and I've seen raffles start popping up, so I think they might be coming soon. But the SB pinks.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Those are tough.
Yeah, I've seen some raffles pop up, so I'm assuming we're gonna start to see them in the streets now.
Gotcha. There's some good shoes coming out, man. Like I know Jordan Brand and Nike is gonna start ramping it up. Like I told you this whole thing. I know leading into the summer, and they start and it's usually like the summer's usually good, but it's not usually like. It's usually like more towards the fall where like Nike starts.
Yeah, yeah.
I know now they seem that they changing up their whole logistics of how they even like do all this shit. They're gonna start. I know it's starting to pick up spring, which is now leading into the summer. they're gonna do a lot more. So definitely see a lot more stuff that you're probably gonna really like, or even from the standpoint whether you buy it or not, but some good stuff. And basketball, Nike basketball is coming back. Like, from a retro standpoint.
90 shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we ready. We ready for that.
The pants got whiter.
Yeah.
They saw their opportunity. Like, let's go, boys.
That's why
they open up them legs.
Send
oh, they work. Yo, we got more coming, man.
Send those Dunkins my way.
Yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah.
I mean,
flare me out. Pause.
It's cool from the standpoint, I guess, the relations I built where like certain things do come past my desk just from like, yo, what's your opinion on it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Dunkins, they're coming.
Oh yeah. I've heard that. Yo, since we started this podcast, we've heard we want Dunkins. That was, am I right, fellas?
Yeah.
It's probably the most sought after shoe that every guest has said, I need those Dunkins. So
they came out when I was in Foot Locker. Where the hell was everybody?
Yeah, word.
Yeah, right.
I liked them, but I was like, yo, bro. At that time, I was wearing 7.5, 8. Like, this shoe still look too big.
Yeah, that's a chunky. It's a bulky shoe.
Yeah, that's a security guard shoe.
Like, the fact that like I just literally can't be in foam pods that long, but I can't do foam pods anymore.
Yeah, I don't like foam pods. It's too heavy.
Yeah. Roshi's really spoiled a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this shoe fire and it's light. No.
All right, Jay.
Yo,
shout out your gram for us. I know you like to stay in the shadows, but the people, they're gonna be like, yo, well, who is he? Because I gotta follow him now.
It is.
He don't even know his gram.
Jay, yo, I don't even. I'm like, yo, what is my? You know, somebody ask you your number. You're like, what is my number? Like, yo, how you don't know your number? Like, I don't call myself. You need to know my number. I don't need to know it. But it's JAY2_U.
Okay. And
so it's JDU.
And check out GoldenEye.
Yeah, check out all my platforms, GoldenEye, Ski NYC, and Secret Society. You'll definitely find me posting about it on my page. Coming out with something real soon. So I tell people definitely look out for it. Yeah, man, I'm is out here in the world just trying to be amongst everybody. Enjoy.
We appreciate you, man.
That's what's up, man. And
thanks,
thank you
bro,
for coming on the show for real. Listen, I'm like I said in the beginning, I'm mad I didn't know you before this, but now that I do, I'm definitely gonna stay in touch. And we know like way too many of the same people. Like,
and we all went to Madison.
I know, that's crazy. Madhouse Nights.
So you're 100% family for sure now. Like, for sure. Yeah. So thank you for real for coming on this podcast and trying to save my drunk friend Sneak. Appreciate you.
Words.
Yo, y'all don't understand how much like that has like been tattooed on me. It's like I can't shake that. Like I can't look at him. He could like save a cat, and I'll just be like, so look at my drunk friend. You could save it. I'm just gonna call him like, cause like, yo, bro, that was my first impression for him.
Yo, Jay, thank you very much for real.
Thank you again, man. I appreciate it. This was fun, man.
All right, y'all. Jay Yannick signing off. Vandy.
Whiteman. Basses. See you next week.
Look, Vandy and Vogue. Yo, these brothers, man. They be
yo.
Trav, you nerds. Peace.
All right, y'all.
All right, boom.
Boom.